Good afternoon, everybody. This is Mark. We're back here for the daily recap. So you can call it the Tepper rally. You can call it the rally that really is not stopping. But we've been talking about this. The theme has not changed at this point for a few weeks. There's an underlying bid to this tape, and lots of rotation continues to happen. Today was a day, obviously, you had an update and overall in the market. You can call it Tepper. Obviously, I think push these futures back to the upside. But the charts are really dictating what's happening, and you can just tell money is getting put into these stocks, and you're getting short squeezes. And I think people are afraid they're missing this rally, and that's really what's happening. Ideally, I've been saying this in my morning meeting consistently. You don't want to see the S&Ps run too far, too fast, or that will signal sort of an end to this run that we've been having. You'd like to see a stair step a little bit, a little back test, a little digestion, which we've had over the last few days. Now we'll have an up day today. Maybe ideally the next 2 days we digest a little bit in the S&Ps. We'll have to see how that really plays out. Across the board, we've been talking about different rotations that happen. The baton is getting passed every single day to different stocks, to different sectors. You got to be on top of it. You got to do your homework. We do our homework. You have to do your homework also, so you get conviction behind your ideas. I talked about two ideas yesterday in the VTF that I was pretty adamant on. I like the banks. So, Goldman, Citi, JP, and I was long a chunk of Goldman. I was saying it seemed like a bank week was coming, and obviously on the FAS on that front. They obviously had very good days. Goldman Sachs, my first target was 155 after it broke through 150. It almost hit it today. I think there's more room left in it, but understand you just got a nice little trade today across the board in a much of the banks. I also was talking about LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn wasn't necessarily at quote-unquote A-plus technical point of view, except the fact that in this market, the top third of the trading range and the best in breed seem to be holding. So you use risk versus reward scenarios, risking $3-4 at 173, 174 to make 10, 15 bucks. Obviously, LinkedIn has that potential. And you can just see LinkedIn, had a gap up today and kept going. And now it's gone through its two moving averages, the 21-day, it went through the 50-day. Good sign for that, and I think that it's resuming its uptrend across the board. This market is crazy. I'm hoping it continues from a trading perspective. It's really giving you some really good opportunities to take advantage of. Obviously, Tesla today was a trade of the day both ways. If you came in long, congratulations. It's one of those trades that, it's obviously, getting that short squeeze. I don't know what the percentage is at this point, but it was over 50% at one point. It was getting toppy. We were talking about it, and it was just a matter of waiting. And you could just see. And I was just explaining to one of my traders, understanding the anatomy of a trade is really important, and really how to take advantage of what's in front of you. And I'll actually do the 5-minute chart so you can see. So this little move up, there should be, if you're a fast money guy and want to try to get your full position, I think you're taking a lot of risk. You can have a tier right now in this little move. The key is really, real money is made in this little move, slower move that takes an hour, half an hour, 40 minutes. But in fact, I'll tell you how my day worked out. I was in a tier, added, took off, added, took off. Then I was in a probably tier and a half, held, made some money, but didn't take off enough. Came back here. I personally made more money. And again, it's respecting its 8-day moving average on the downside. Made more money on the slow down drift that took 3 hours to develop. It depends where your sweet spot is. I know that's my sweet spot, especially on the short side, because I'm certainly not as efficient on the short as I am on the long. But that's what I like to see. And again, from a trading perspective, you as individual traders have to know where you live and know what you're good at, because that's the key to trading. Short squeezes, and now at this point in time, obviously it needs some time to digest. We'll see if it gets down to its 8-day. I don't think it does. I think the 8-day plays catch up. Probably 75 to 77 will probably be a viable area for this stock. But either way, I think it's going to be in play for a good period of time for us to really take advantage of. Other stocks that moved today: Netflix, nice move through new highs. Google, stock that keeps giving, keeps going higher. We had obviously Apple. It was certainly high beta. Apple on the other side, it touched its 21-day, held in there. We'll see what happens. It does have to hold its 434 for it to be, still viable and still technically intact. But it certainly was not from a long perspective. wasn't on our radar in that respect. Retailers, Lulu, Shield, they look good today. I would still continue to look at the stuff that has a heavy percentage short. I think we're still in that tape where that's going to take advantage of. And I think the baton continues to be passed. You just got to really do your homework. I mean, that's the only way to really take advantage of it with some conviction, and really obviously try to capitalize on some of these moves. That's how, I like the banks. I liked, LinkedIn. I was involved with Amgen. I'm still involved with Amgen and LinkedIn. I'm still involved with all these stocks because I think they go higher. It's just a matter of how you want to take advantage of what's in front of you. The bid's underneath this market, guys. The trend is your friend, and respect it and try to take advantage of it accordingly. And if we get this trading market with a few other stocks like Tesla, you guys are going to be in some good shape because we're going to be able to really take advantage of a lot of these market moves, intraday market moves, which would be nice. But overall, nothing has changed. The theme is the same. There's a bid to this market. Trend is your friend. Continue with the right side of the market. Just keep rotating. The baton keeps passing to industry group, to stock selection. You got to be on top of your game, and you got to do your homework. Hopefully, we're able to take advantage of some of the stuff we were talking about over the last few days. If not, you'll get them tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow in the AM.
I'm Evan Lazarus, Chief Knowledge Officer for T3Live.com. You don't become a great trader by watching videos and taking courses. You become a great trader through live screen time. Accelerate that learning curve by tapping into the experience of seasoned professionals. Currently, we're offering 5-day free trials to each of our 4 mentoring rooms. In the mentoring rooms, we teach our strategies in the context of the live market. To sign up for a free trial, go to the T3 Live education page